Hey there DIYers, welcome back to the channel. So today I'm going to talk about how I turned just not even a hobby, but just something that I like to make into actually a business opportunity. So let's get right into it. All right, so I don't know, a few years ago, I was just messing around with some paracord, and I made a monkey fist. I don't know what even spawned me to do it, but we made monkey fists when I was in the Navy. I was a bosun's mate, which bosun's mate's kind of like a deckhand. You operate heavy equipment, you do stand watches, lookouts, you steer the ship. You do a bunch of rigging. There's all kinds of things that you do, but it's definitely you work with your hands, and you're in charge of all of the like unreps, which is underway replenishments. So you like when you're refueling, you're the ones that is in charge of all the rigging, and you know, when two ships are side by side, you span the line over and you make the connection with the wire, and bring the fuel line over, get it connected and all that. And then like even when you're pulling up to a pier, you're in charge of the mooring lines, tying up the ship and all that, driving the small boats, and again operating booms and cranes and all different things. You're in charge of doing directions for the helos when they're coming down, landing on your flight deck, all kinds of stuff. So bosun is a very diverse rate. It's kind of looked down on by some other rates just because of whatever, but I tell you, I learned a lot. And anyway, one of the things was making monkey fist, and monkey fist is exactly what this is. This is a monkey fist, and it's generally what we used them for in the Navy. Was we would there would be a piece of lead that would be a square block of lead, and then we would use different types of rope, and you would weave and make a rope like that, or make the knot like that, and then that would be attached to some paracord that then got connected to a bigger line. But what we would do with that is, because we had to get our mooring lines over to the pier, you couldn't just take a big heavy rope mooring line and throw it over to the pier. So what we do is we would have these. Of course, they were ones we made were like probably 3 or 4 times bigger than that, and so they're pretty heavy, about the size of a baseball. And you'd throw that, or you'd sit there and sling it over, and it would go a lot further, and then they would pull, and then that would be connected to the mooring line that it was tied to, and you get it over. But these serve so many different purposes. Like you can use this as a flotation device for for a key ring to so your things float. So you can put like a ping pong ball or a tennis ball, any type of a ball that floats, you can encase it in the same thing, attach it to key, and so you'd have a floating key ring. But so I made one of these, so my wife's like, hey, you could sell those. You could make those and sell those. I was like, really? So I looked into it. Sure enough, there was other people that made them and was selling them as keychains. And so I made this one. I actually came up with this design as far as the various knots and the length and everything. And I got a bunch of different colored paracord to make these with. But it's something that I made. I put out on eBay and Etsy, and they started selling, and they sell consistently. And so it's like I had no idea that I could make something like this and sell it, but it sure enough. And so no more than the time it takes to make these, to weave all this, you got maybe, once you get consistent and good at it, it takes about maybe 10 to 12 minutes to make this whole thing with all the weaving and knots that go into it. And it takes about, this right here is a total of like 18 feet of paracord. I used the 550 paracord, seven lines inside. So, and it's right now I'm using 1-inch chrome bearing ball for the weight of it, and you know it's nice and solid. But so this is actually, it's a keychain, but it's also as a self-defense protective device. Call it a weapon if you want, but you know you wouldn't want to get hit with that. So I sell a whole bunch of these, and between eBay and Etsy, and if you want to check them out, I'll put the link down below. But I had no idea that I would be able to market something like that. And one thing that I encountered was that I did get a couple of returns from people said that they were practicing with them and the ball came out. So I thought of different ways of you know, keeping that from happening. And I had tried some different glues and different things, and what I found that actually works the best is the rubberized dip, like the Plastidip. So you can get it in a spray container, but also the dip. If you've seen, like if you go to like Ace Hardware or Home Depot, whatever, they sell it in a little can you can get, and it's just like if you wanted to rubberize any handle, you would dip it in and then let it dry. So I was actually offering, this is actually got the clear on it. So I was doing clear and black. But I got to the point where I'm just doing black only. And so I got to where I'm actually buying it by the gallon. And what I do is I just dip it down in there and then pull it up. And so this is literally, just puts a nice coating on it, and then I just hang them up to dry. It usually takes about an hour for them to be pretty decently dry, but I just do that, and you know, again, you can see I just dip it down in there with some of the extra coating drip off, kind of clean the bottom up just a little bit, and just put it up there. It'll dry, and then that encases it so that the ball's not going to want to push out through the strands of the paracord. So they look sharp. And again, I got these in a bunch of different colored paracord, and so it's just something that you can make as you're sitting watching TV. It's almost like you're not even have to pay attention to what you're doing, because once you get it going, you know, it's the muscle memory pretty much. You might find that there's something that you do, that you make, that you can make, that's you wouldn't think anything of it, but if you look, there's actually a market for it, and you can in turn sell them. So, you know, again, I got about, you know, say 15 minutes into each one of these, and I'm selling these for roughly $15 on Etsy. So, you know, I don't know if I'm actually, you know, not making a whole lot, but the fact that I'm continuing to sell these all the time, it's just a little bit of residual income. And, you know, since it's time that I'm spending watching TV or whatever, it's not like it's a lot of man hours that I'm literally putting into this. So for no more effort it is, it's good to get that extra pocket change, you know, go out and get a decent meal somewhere. So anyway, I'm sure you can come up with different ideas of ways to make money that you didn't think was even feasible before, but there are a lot of different things you can do. So anyway, if you like this content, please like, subscribe, hit the notification bell for upcoming videos, and until next time,